Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of United Talks podcast. Felt like I had a technical glitch somewhere. Everything seemed to just freeze at some point, but it is what it is. Well, welcome to the live stream. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving and all of that. Yeah. So we're still reeling from the excitement of Manchester United winning at Anfield and all of that. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things. So welcome to the live stream, live show, live everything. We're going to talk about Anfield. We're going to talk about like Slot's salty post-match comments, Amorim's tactical masterclass, referee Michael Oliver's decision. We're going to explain Michael Oliver's decision because obviously Liverpool fans are pretty saddened by the fact that Manchester United kind of had to go on to score the goal despite the fact that McAllister was down. De Ligt's brutal honesty about Liverpool's weakness. We're also going to talk about Mason Greenwood, 100 million euros transfer saga. We're also going to talk about United's recruitment success this season, as mentioned by players like Roy Keane and stuff. We'll talk about all of those and anything that comes in between. So join in. Let's have these conversations. Looking forward to, chatting with you guys and all of that. Trying to find out how you guys felt about the Manchester United defeat of Liverpool. Everton, God damn it. Yeah, of Liverpool at Anfield. And the meltdown, basically, there was something I realized, like the Liverpool tears flows like a river. Trust me, I won't lie to you. But first, we're going to do some Man United news. Basically, just do all the news updates of the things that are trending with regards to Manchester United over the last 24 hours. Now, obviously, the news headlines are dominated by 2-1 victory over Liverpool at Anfield, secured by a late header from Harry Maguire. The win also marked Amorim's first consecutive Premier League victories as manager of Man United and ended United's long winless streak at Anfield. That winless streak stretches back to 2016 and all of that. And then our first back-to-back wins since March. So pretty long and all of that. And shout out to the United Strand. He is going to cut his hair pretty soon with 3 more games to go. So we're looking at stringing 5 back-to-back wins. We'll see how that goes. Let's not get super excited. There's still a lot to come, but we're going to keep going. So basically, Manchester United defeated Liverpool at Anfield, and everybody is excited about it, and we're still excited. And then we have, our next game is against Brighton, and that happens, let's see, just give me one quick second. That should be Saturday. I think that should be Saturday. We'll play Brighton. Currently, West Ham are playing Brentford, and they're losing to Nuno Espirito Santo is losing to Brentford at halftime, 1-0. Brentford scored a goal and it was disallowed. So yeah, and on Saturday, I think Man United plays on Saturday. Let's see. Yeah, we play Brighton on Saturday. It's one of the late kickoffs and all of that. So we look forward to that. We don't take it for granted. Yep. We don't take for granted. So basically, just a few things going on right here and there, but we'll give you the news first, and then we'll talk about all the other things, and we'll analyze Arne Slot's quotes and comments. So Man United play Brighton on Saturday, and I think Man United's next couple of games involves Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and Tottenham Hotspur. So we shall see. And we'll also do the match preview for the Brighton game, I think later on, pretty much on Thursday, I believe. So we play Brighton, Nottingham Forest. We play Brighton at home, Nottingham Forest away, Tottenham Hotspur at home, Tottenham Hotspur away, Everton at home, and then Crystal Palace away. So that's pretty much it. And right now, Man United are 9th on the table. Top performers this season: Bruno Fernandes, 7.6% rating. Top performers in Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, and Patrick Dorgu, which we'll also talk about later on this stream. So join in, have your say, drop your comments. Let's have conversations. Yeah. Now with fixtures, like I said, it's the next game is Brighton. So we have 3 wins from 5. 3 wins and 2 losses in that stretch, and in our first 8 games in the Premier League, we have faced Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. That is Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea. Amazing. And of those 4 teams, we only lost to City and Arsenal, and they're top of the table. They're first and second right now, I think. And then we beat Chelsea and we beat Liverpool. Chelsea at home, Liverpool away. Amazing. So we keep going. So Manchester United news over the last 24 hours, we'll bring you that. So the scorers for that game was Bryan Mbeumo scored the 2nd minute for Man United, followed by a late winning header from Harry Maguire in the 84th minute. Cody Gakpo also scored Liverpool's equalizer somewhere around the 77th minute. And then it was United's first win at Anfield in nearly a decade, 9 years. The victory was a major boost for manager Ruben Amorim and plunged Liverpool into a 4th consecutive defeat, and the Liverpool tears keeps pouring and the bucket is almost full. So we might probably have an overflow, right? And then obviously goalkeeper Arne Slot, in just his 2nd appearance, delivered a solid performance and was candidate for man of the match. In my own player ratings, I gave him I think I gave him a 8.5, right? And he has had 2 8.5 rating games in 2 games, and he has considered just 1 goal in 2 games. So considering how it is easier for Man United goalkeepers to concede goals over the last couple of weeks and seasons, but yeah, it is what it is. Man United deserve the victory and all of that. I think there are some things that followed up from the game which we'll probably just analyze or talk about. Let's see. Yeah. Arne Slot had some comments. Jurgen Klopp has some comments. Then we'll also talk about why Bryan Mbeumo's goal was allowed. I think, yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll break it down straight up and stuff. So, yeah. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let's have conversations. Let's talk about things like these. And yeah, and we'll also talk about the Arne Slot meltdown and all of that. So, yep, let's keep it going. Let us keep it going. 1 quick second. Just give me 1 quick second. Just trying to sort some stuff out here. Okay. Quick second. All right. Let's keep it going. Right now it's the second half for West Ham. Yeah, second half for West Ham. And I think Nuno Espirito Santo made some changes in the second half. We shall see. Yeah, pretty much it. Yeah, join in, drop your comments and all of that. I'll definitely give you a shout out. So let's keep it going. And then these guys have their usual long throw. Oh my days. Yeah, that is Brentford's long throw through Coyote, and then got a corner and all of that. Yeah, so let's keep it going. Yeah, join in. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let's have conversations. Then the next one, Sensational's great performance. And then team reaction. Ruben Amorim, the manager, called the win the biggest of his time at Man United, but also emphasized that the team spirit and the importance of focusing on the next match against Brighton. That's pretty much what it is. Straightforward. Focus on the next match. Move on from this one. It is what it is. There's no need to kind of dwell on this and stuff. And then Ruben Amorim also, Harry Maguire also, game-winning goal was seen as a high point in his career redemption arc at the club. Everybody keeps talking about this career redemption app. I need to say something about this Brentford game, because I don't know when other especially Brentford as a team, when other managers talk about playing direct long balls, blah blah blah, Brentford are the chief of long balls. They just don't play, you can't see them play any sequence of passes like up to 5 or 6 at once. They just go on to start playing long balls. The ball spends half the time in the air, you know, headed, bringing it down, this and that. So we shall see. And these guys still have this former Newcastle player on the bench, so we shall see how things pan out. So currently, Brentford are beating 49 minutes in. Brentford are beating West Ham United at home. Yep, it is what it is. Then let's see their full lineup. So, like I said, Brentford still has, now in the second half, Brentford can string 5 to 6 passes. In the second half, Nuno Espirito Santo brought in Wan-Bissaka, Konstantinos Mavropanos, and Malik Diouf into the game and subbed off. He subbed off Scarlett and Walker Peters, and then what's the third person he subbed off? He subbed off Fernandes. So it is what it is. They still have Callum Wilson on the bench. So, and then they still have Sangutu Magasa, as well as Freddie Potts. Freddie Potts a good midfielder. Like I said, for Brentford, the ball spends half the time in the air, so it is what it is. Moving on to what is going on at Man United. For Harry Maguire, this is what I had to say. His game-winning goal was seen as a high point in his career from redemption arc at the club. Obviously, for Harry Maguire, who was being slandered by many people, slandered by Man United fans alike, talking about he was even stripped of the captaincy and stuff, and then it will always come up clutch all the time. Is super amazing, right? That is what it is. It's super amazing. And then for Luke Shaw, for former United player Scott McTominay praised Luke Shaw's heroic display on social media, highlighting his quality on the left side of the defense. For most people who have given Luke Shaw pelters, he had a good game, was running, this is the longest stretch of games he's had to play without having any issues or setbacks and all that. Long may it continue. We're praying for him. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. And then we have fans. There was a particular buzz around a fan who refused to get a haircut until the team won 5 consecutive matches. Diogo Dalot acknowledged the fan, and that is super amazing. Dalot acknowledged the fan and expressed hope they could give him the haircut by achieving more victories. And if we have that 5 victories just for that Manchester United fan, trust me, that haircut will be done at Carrington. This one, I am sure, and it will be done with it will be one of the most popular haircuts he's going to ever get in his career, and he's going to be one of the most popular guys, and all of that. So it will be that haircut's going to be, just trust me, that haircut's going to be done at Carrington. If you're just joining in, like the video, comment, drop your comments, drop your thoughts on the game and all of that. Who did you think stood out for you, and everything in between. So that's United Strand, right? Shout out to him for keeping the faith and believing that Man United is gonna, even though for something that looked like it was unachievable, Man United were gonna do 5 wins in a row. I mean, we've done 2 now, 3 more to go, and those 3 wins are possible, achievable as well. And we just need to get a string of wins going. And the truth is, we will now become that team to beat again, and we'll also be chasing the table. With regards to transfer rumors, there is so much going on, but there's so little. There's not much you can say with regards to what is going on in the transfer market, but Carlos Baleba is also in the market, also on the radar. Carlos Baleba has United have rekindled their interest in the Brighton midfielder after failing to secure the deal into summer. There was also a rumor that there's also a rumor that a few things have happened with regards to that. Man United are pivoting from Baleba. Then Bruno Fernandes as well. Rumors emerge linking Bruno with Bayern for around 70 million euros, though some outlets have dismissed the report as ludicrous. We're going to look at, I think, where did I see that news? Okay, we'll talk about that. Transfer rumors, Bruno wanted by European giant Real Madrid plot very swoop. Like I said, obviously, there was reports, I think 2 days ago, that Bryan Mbeumo is urging Brighton and Hove Albion midfielder Carlos Baleba to join Man United in 2026, according to The Sun. Sporting midfielder Montem Human is also of interest. It's another target for Man United, but a move to Old Trafford depends on whether Ruben Amorim, the former Sporting boss, remains in charge, and that's according to Gianluca Di Marzio. Kind of reputable in this one. Other news, leaving Man United could be Bruno Fernandes. Leaving Man United could be for Bruno Fernandes, basically, with regards to like I said, Brentford either spend half the time with the ball in the air, and then counter attack with just running with the ball, kick and run. See, Shada just took the ball from 20 yards before the halfway line and took it straight to the box, and then boom, no end product unless it is a cross or a long ball from deep from Jordan Henderson and stuff. So West Ham kind of have control of the way things are panning out now for the team and all of that. So it is what it is. Jean-Claude Todibo, another player that Man United were interested in, hasn't really done well in the Premier League this season, but it is what it is. So the Red Devils want a fee of around £40 million each, $53.7 million for the Portugal international, who could end up joining Bayern Munich, according to Team Talk. And then contract negotiations between Liverpool and left back Andy Robertson has stalled, but that's for Liverpool. That is pretty much what it is with regards to Bruno. I'm hearing 40 million. I'm also hearing 70 million euros and things like that. Then back to other transfer rumors. We have Bruno Fernandes. Mason Greenwood. There was reports that Mason Greenwood. Okay. West Ham have an attack and saved. Chaotic in the box. Mason Greenwood reports indicate that United could be set for a significant financial windfall from a sell-on clause in his 2024 transfer to Marseille. We shall see how things pan out with this. Let's just check out Mason Greenwood transfer, because I saw somewhere where he said he's going to be back. He could be back to Man United, but I don't think that is the case, but we shall see. So this rumor says, according to the Express, Mason Greenwood. So according to reports, Mason Greenwood could bank Man United millions from Marcus Rashford reunion. Mason Greenwood remains linked with a move away from Marseille, with Barcelona the latest club to be linked with the forward, and that is according to Amy Wilson. As of today, Manchester United could be set for a financial windfall from the sale of Mason Greenwood over a year after his departure from the club. The striker made the move to Marseille in the summer in 2024. This means that if Greenwood were to leave Marseille, United could be in line for a substantial payout. The player was rumored to be on the move during the summer after another long throw from Coyote. Now, this means that if Greenwood were to leave Marseille, United could be in line for a substantial payout. The player was rumored to be on the move during the summer transfer window. West Ham are in control of the game, but Brentford, as always, are the defending team. The player was rumored to be on the move, like I said, but he stayed with the French outfit. Now, Barcelona are reportedly keeping tabs on the player. TBR Football has reported that scouts were present to watch Greenwood in action during Marseille's 6-2 victory over Le Havre on Saturday. Greenwood certainly caught the eye, netting 4 of his team's 6 goals. That's amazing, man. I didn't watch that game. I might see if I can watch the highlights. The scouting mission comes as Barcelona evaluate their attacking options ahead of next summer. I just saw something now, but we'll analyze it. The Catalan Giants currently have Marcus Rashford on loan from United and may decide to make this deal permanent. If that happens and Barcelona also swoop for Greenwood, it could lead to a reunion of two players at the Camp Nou, having previously played together. Old Trafford. United will be monitoring both situations closely over the coming months. If Barcelona activate the buy option for Marcus Rashford's loan deal, they stand to pocket 25 million plus an additional 5 million in add-ons, with a sell-on clause potentially providing further financial gain in the future. Transfer market valued Mr. Greenwood at 40 million pounds, which is 40 million euros rather, which is around 34.8 million pounds in the most recent transfer window, although this could have since risen if Marseille managed to secure that price. With United could also rake in around 17 million pounds from the sell-on clause. In total, Barcelona finalized deals for Greenwood. If Barcelona finalized deals for Greenwood and Rashford next summer, United could net just 50 million pounds, under 50 million pounds for both players, and the extra cash could also prove extremely useful in the transfer window. So that is pretty much straightforward on like what is happening with Mason Greenwood and stuff. And I thought what I saw was pretty much like he was going to come back to Man United and everything. And then I think I think that's pretty much it. And I think something like, I saw this news on Daily Express saying that Amorim has delayed Man United's sack but Man United sack, but boss is still not safe after Liverpool win. I mean, who will not be safe? He has gotten his 3-year thing. Don't know what you guys are still talking about. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. Yes, that's pretty much all about the news from that Greenwood front. Other transfer rumors: Matteo Retegui, the club is reportedly interested in Italy, and Al-Qadesh striker Matteo Retegui. I think that guy is the tall guy who plays for Al-Qadsia. That's what it is, Al-Qadsia. But whatever happens, we will let you know. Then I think there was also rumors that Man United were interested in Leon Goretzka. Bayern are also eyeing Fernandes, according to Court of Side, in what might be one of the more weird and ludicrous transfer rumors in circulation. Bayern is being linked to Man United attacking midfielder Bruno Fernandes. Man United attacking midfielder Bruno Fernandes is reportedly a transfer target for Bayern Munich and could move for around 70 million euros. I talked to you about it earlier, but just this is like going into details. The Portugal international has been... Brentford has a corner against West Ham, and chance missed. Portugal International has been world-class performer for Man United down the years. It could be a big blow to lose him to another major European side. Fernandes is said to be on Bayern's radar, and a report from Fichajes claims he's keen to leave after a difficult time at Old Trafford, although United don't want Fernandes to go. United don't want Fernandes to go. They could also be ready to consider negotiating for around 70 million euros. This move, especially at that money, seems utterly ridiculous for Bayern Munich. To this author, there's no way Bayern Munich could engage in something like that. That's according to the author of this transfer news. So carry on, unless you are a Bruno Truther who will point back to Bayern Munich's rumored interest in him from a couple of years ago. And Bayern Munich also to re-up Goretzka. That's pretty much according to the Bild and Christian Falk of the Bild. But basically, Man United was interested in Goretzka. I don't see what is going to happen from here on out. Brentford are just kicking the ball in the air. They can't seem to bring the ball down, so it's a bit chaotic. Everybody's everywhere, and then they push, counter attack, and then boom, defended, and then it's back again. Chaos. Everybody's like, there's no set pattern of play or no set style of play other than defend, get the ball, boom, forward, and then up in the air. There's no set pattern of play, no set pattern of passing, and all of that. Somerville is attacking, and chaos. cross that ball in, boom. Bring it down to check, and he couldn't get to Lucas Paqueta. Yep. Kelleher is under pressure, and then the ball's down to the defender, and boom, back to post. So it's just a bit chaotic in that. So that's all about the transfer rumors. Now it is 25 minutes gone in the stream, and we are going to start with what Arne Slot said. Let's keep it simple. Let's start from the simple one. Arne Slot said, "It is always difficult to play against a team that defends in a low block and mainly plays long balls. It makes it even more difficult when you go one down after 1 minute when one of our players is on. I'll tell you," Slot said Isak's season started today. Yeah, that's another one. Isak's season started today. You can find this comment on Reddit. To tell you what it means, like basically what is actually going on, Slot had a meltdown post-match after the game, the Man United game and all of that. He had a proper meltdown. Ooh, Kevin Schade just missed a chance. A clear-cut header just hit the crossbar. It is what it is. Keep going. And Slot's post-match comments after Liverpool's defeat was branded as salty. And Slot spoke to the media after his Liverpool side lost a fourth game in a row at the hands of Manchester United. And it has been branded as salty. It was branded, and Slot, this is according to Josh Lawless. Yeah, Josh Lawless. And Slot was branded insufferable and rattled in his post-match interview after Liverpool were beating 2-1 at home to Manchester United on Sunday. The Premier League champions suffered a fourth defeat in a row in all competitions, with Harry Maguire popping up with the winner at Anfield. I mean, that's the Anfield redemption for Harry Maguire, because these are the things that gets people into becoming heroes. The Premier League champions also suffered that fourth defeat in a row. Let's just give a quick recap. They lost to Crystal Palace, lost to Galatasaray, lost to Chelsea, and lost to Man United. So does that mean that with the stats going on, that Man United only defeats newly promoted sides, and sides who are 1 man down still stand? I mean, was Liverpool 1 man down? And I think Liverpool should be tagged as a newly promoted side, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Then Bryan Mbeumo put the visitors in just 2 minutes into the clash. Alexis McAllister was on the turf, feeling the effects of a head injury before Cody Gakpo equalized. But Maguire headed home an 84th minute winner to give United the first winner at Anfield since 2016 to ease the pressure on Ruben Amorim. Slot, however, is in the middle of the most difficult patch at Liverpool, and the Premier League champions horribly out of form, and without a win since the victory over Southampton in the Carabao Cup. But after that, the latest loss, the Dutchman caused a stir by accusing United of playing with a low block and playing long ball football en route to victory. And this is what he said. I just said it. I got the Reddit post, and then I'm getting the other quotes online, because we're going to break it down, going to analyze. Brentford nearly scored, and one on post or one on keeper, and he was offside. Second offside for this Igor Thiago. He says it was always difficult. It's always difficult to play against a team that defends in a low block. Are you serious? We had sequence of play. We had Matthijs Cunha driving the ball forward. We had all these things going on. We had Bruno swinging the play back to the right, to the left. We had Mbeumo stretching the field. We had Ahmad taking on people one-on-one, and you say, no, they play low block and defend. Are we Stoke City now? Come on, guy. You're looking for excuses. He said that Mehdi plays long balls and makes it even more difficult if you go 1-0 down after 1 minute after a player of ours is on the floor, Slot told Sky Sports. He now says further, I think if you had told me before this game against who just got a yellow card? Was that some of you? Let's see that. Oh, some of you. Ooh. Okay, pulled him down. Okay, got a yellow card for banging the ball on the ground. Okay, this is what it is. Yeah. Now, I said, I think if you would have told me before the game against a low block and against a team that plays so many long balls, that would have created as many chances as we did, that we would have created chances, I would not have expected us to lose this game. Ooh. I think people forget how many chances we had when we were 1-0 down in the first half, because we were 1-0 down. Because when you are 1-0 down, it's quite normal that people focus on the ball you play wrong, or a moment where you could have played forward and you don't. Like, this guy is just making excuses, man. He's just really making excuses. And then the fans responded in their own fashion. Slot's comment did not go down well with some of the fans online, who disagreed with his assessment of the game and called for more accountability, while claiming that he showed his true colors. I mean, everybody's saying that Arne Slot won the league with pretty much Jurgen Klopp's team. And then eventually, now it's time for him to build this team and try to show that winning mentality. And he signed players over 150 million pounds each, and then still couldn't. Spent almost $500 million, or more than $500 million, trying to sign players. And then at the end of the day, he's not able to win and all of that. One fan on X wrote, "This guy is insufferable." A second said he's rattled, and we love it. The third one says, a third one claimed always giving excuses and zero accountability. Fourth person fumed and says, "Don't think I've ever seen a Slot interview where he isn't moaning about something." And the final user says, "This guy is such a sore loser." And that's facts. You lose, you take full responsibility. If it was Amorim that was talking, now they say, "Oh, he talks too much," or "He's explaining, he should show it on the field," and stuff. But with him, it's fans that are reacting pretty much. Liverpool look to bounce back with the Champions League on Champions League on Wednesday, when they travel to enter Frankfurt, and that could be a fifth loss in back-to-back games, man. I'm whispering it because, yeah, that could be their fifth loss in back-to-back game. That's Hugo Ekitike's return to his former team. Yeah, and it could be their fifth loss. I'm saying it again. This is like the fourth time I'm saying it. Yeah, I only whispered it. Okay. Now, Liverpool look to bounce back in Champions League on Wednesday when they travel to enter Frankfurt prior to the trip to Brentford on Saturday evening. So they play Brentford again. These guys that play up. If Arne Slot thought we were playing long balls, check out Brentford when it's time. Before we get to the explanation about the goal being disallowed, let's see other comments from Arne Slot. Let's just get other comments from Arne Slot, and then we can, let's get other comments from Arne Slot. So let's see what Arne Slot said. So Arne Slot spoke to the BBC match of the day after Liverpool's defeat at Manchester United, and he said it's very difficult to play the low block, all those stories. On today's defeat being a repeat to previous losses, this was a question that he was asked. West Ham have a chance, and blazed over the bar by Jarrod Bowen. I felt like it was a high. Let's see. Paqueta turns the player, passes to Somerville. Somerville finds Jarrod Bowen, who just blasts it over the bar. I was, come on, it's good. Might as well blast it over the stadium. Let's talk about So when he spoke to the BBC, the first one he talked to Sky Sports. He spoke to the BBC. He says, yes, of course, we concede maybe one or two extra chances apart from the goals we concede. Are you serious? One or two extra chances, Bruno hit the bar. You say one or two extra chances. Bruno hit the bar. Mbeumo had a chance. Ahmad had a chance. Who else had a chance in that game? Many multiple chances. Come on, don't tell me that. So taking into account, he says, we consider, but you always have to take extra risk when you are one goal down. Taking that into account, we hardly conceded a chance, and we are waiting for us to score a goal, and we have to defend the set piece. Like against Palace and a few other moments this season, we've conceded on a set piece, and that is hard to take because it is difficult. It's very difficult to win a game of football if you have a negative balance on set pieces. Guys, we're going to go. Like, let's just do a quick search, because I've heard stuff like negative balance on set piece. I saw this video and I was surprised, but let's search it. Negative balance on. It's only negative balance on credit card, but negative balance on set piece. Yep. Let's just quickly do what it really means. In soccer, negative set piece balance refers to a situation where a team concedes more goals from set pieces than they score from them. Makes sense. It's a measure of the team's effectiveness and vulnerability during a dead ball situation like corners and free kicks. So we scored from a set piece, and they have a situation where they have had many set pieces but never scored anyone. The phrase has been prominently used by Liverpool. Okay, the phrase has been prominently used by Liverpool manager Arne Slot, who has cited it to explain his side's poor run of results in October 2025. What it indicates is that a negative set piece balance is typically a sign of several underlying issues, including poor defensive organization, lack of concentration, ineffective attacking set pieces, and physical or mental fragility. Yeah. Now, this explanation comes with regards to, in October 2025, Arne Slot's Liverpool experienced a significant negative set piece balance. A specific example in the Premier League match against Manchester United on October 19th, in which Liverpool conceded a set-piece goal to United's Harry Maguire, leading directly to a 2-1 defeat. Slot explicitly mentioned the team's negative set-piece balance in the post-match comments, noting that it is very difficult to win a game when this is the case. This followed a similar pattern in previous matches against other opponents like Crystal Palace, where set-piece vulnerabilities also led to conceded goals. And when you think about it, Liverpool have really top players, you know. They really have top players. Van Dijk and Konate are top players. So how is it that you're still conceding set pieces anyway? Van Dijk also on Sky Sports said, Captain Virgil van Dijk spoke to Sky Sports as well after Sunday's defeat. Said, I think we considered a very sloppy second goal. Obviously, everybody concedes goals. Everybody concedes sloppy goals. We worked so hard to get back into the game, and we created great opportunities to score the winner. But if you concede a second goal like that, that is the disappointing part. If you look at the game as a whole, we were far too rushed. I think Man United made them play our game. That's what it is, man. We're a very unpredictable team. I think we're very patient. They didn't press us high. Exactly. The only player that was engaging Van Dijk in that game was Bryan Mbeumo. But they didn't let us also on the ball. They didn't let us on the ball. So we were always on their touch. We still created many opportunities to score, but the reality is that we lost. On what is next, it is an interesting time because we have to stick together, not just us as players, but as a club and the fans who want us to win. Liverpool have lost 4 consecutive matches across all competitions for the first time since November 2014. And this, I think that should be under Rafa Benitez, right? With the Reds losing 3 Premier League games in a row for the first time since February 2021, where they lost 4. And they will potentially lose a 4th one. Potentially. Ooh, that was a dirty tackle from Jarrod Bowen. Second step. Ooh, did he get a card for that? Oh, I don't think he did. Nuno Espirito Santo is under pressure, man. And I want him to win, basically. The next one we have. Now, we're going to talk about the reason why Bryan Mbeumo's goal was let in. The reason why United's opening goal at Liverpool was allowed to stand, I think that was explained at... Let me see if... So, this is according to Evening Standard. Why Bryan Mbeumo scores. Okay, this is according to the Evening Standard. Just give me one quick sec. So the Evening Standard, they are saying, should we use, okay, let's use this one first, and then we'll talk about what Pogmol is saying. Bryan Mbeumo, Manchester United ahead just minutes into the match against Liverpool. The reason why United's controversial opening goal against Liverpool wasn't disallowed has been explained. On Sunday, Liverpool hosted his historic rivals, Manchester United. It's one of the most highly anticipated matches of the Premier League season. Heading into the match, much of the discussion focused on Amorim's team selection, as striker Benjamin Sesko was named on the bench despite scoring in both of his past 2 appearances. I probably will bring somebody on so we can have this conversation about this game, and I'll hear their own point of view, and then I'll pretty much explain what happened. But United manager quickly proved his doubters wrong as his side took the lead just minutes into the match against thanks to a goal from winger Bryan Mbeumo. However, many fans questioned why play wasn't stopped shortly before the goal was scored. Liverpool's Alexis McAllister suffered a clear head injury in the build-up, and now we have an answer. Just seconds before Mbeumo made his way past Liverpool's defense and scored the goal that gives his side the lead. At halftime, McAllister appeared to have been caught accidentally by, wait for it, by, I just missed a chance. It's chaotic. Look at them. 5-1-4. Damn, it's so chaotic. Fall down. Nice. Let's keep going. It's so chaotic. Just before, so by who? Yeah, I was saying by. Guess what? It was by Van Dijk. He elbowed him while challenging Bryan Mbeumo. I said that in the match preview, in the match review, and all of that. Under the Premier League current, getting my words out. Under the Premier League's current guidelines, match referees can halt a match for any potential head injuries, but Michael Oliver allowed play to continue as he claims he did not see the injury happen. Following the incident, the Argentine forward international received treatment on the pitch, while Liverpool boss Arne Slot questioned the decision during a conversation with the 4th official on the touchline. Thankfully for Liverpool fans, McAllister was later able to continue after an assessment from medical staff and returned to the pitch wearing a protective headgear. But that didn't stop the fans from sharing images from the moment, arguing that Oliver did actually see the injury but still didn't react. Reacting to the moment, one of the fans wrote, ref didn't see the fact that McAllister had a head injury despite being on the floor holding his head. Excuse me, guys, like, do you know how many seconds that could have happened? Literally, it's not up to 5 seconds. McAllister goes down, but being fouled by his own player, and then immediately after that, Bruno chips the ball. Immediately after he goes down, Michael Oliver will not know it's a head injury. Immediately after that, Bruno hits the ball straight to Ahmad, who threads the ball to Bryan Mbeumo, and Bryan Mbeumo scores. It's literally 2 passes after. 2 passes, rather. One from Bruno to Ahmad to Bryan Mbeumo, and boom, goal. While another said, if Michael Oliver can't see a player lay on the floor holding his head after being clattered at the point of the ball, he shouldn't be allowed to referee. That's a lie. And the Athletics' James Pearce also criticizing Oliver, writing, wow, Michael Oliver with a strong contender for worst decision of the season. McAllister brought down, FK goes the other way. Free kick goes the other way. He didn't give a free kick. It was straight on goal. But it is what it is. So now the reason why the Mbeumo goal was disallowed, this according to another article, says, speaking during the commentary, Jury explained, the information we are getting from Pogmol is that the referee didn't see the injury, so therefore the referee couldn't stop the game. It is likely that Oliver had spotted Mark on the floor, then he would have. It's likely that had Oliver spotted McAllister on the floor, then he would have blown his whistle, thus stopping play, and the visitors will not have scored. from that attack. That said, Liverpool manager Arne Slot refused to blame his side's defeat on the decision. I think the main thing is that we should do now is the main thing I should do now is not complain, blame, or do these things, these kind of things. Slot said to reporters in a post-match press conference. So the only thing I was thinking at the moment of the time is I think we could have done much better after Maka was on the floor. We should have done better. But the healthcare of the player is something that is important. And if a player needs to have 4 stitches, you would hope that everybody understands that he needs immediate treatment. But it didn't happen. But again, we could have done better. So that's not the reason why we lost the game today. He also said something which I remember correctly, and I heard him say these things. He said that we are not a team that goes down easily. I said this in my match review. I keep saying preview. We're not a team that goes down easily. I'm not saying this because I want to just talk to you guys or tell you guys stuff. I'm saying this because you people should know that whenever a player goes down for Liverpool, you should understand that, oh, it's Liverpool. We don't go down easily. We don't go down and stay down, try to feign an injury and stuff. It's just all talk. It's just all talk. Another thing I think we could talk about before we go on to what Matthijs de Ligt had to say, Roy Keane basically came out and said you have to praise Manchester United's recruitment this season. He says we know the importance of recruitment in football, but I thought he also criticized Man United's recruitment as well, right? So he says, oh, we've slated United for years about it, and we've asked who is buying the players, but this is a big, okay, so he was praising Ineos, actually. But this is a big plus this year. They have brought players who know the league in Bryan and Mbeumo. When you have a couple of star players up the pitch, it gives everyone a big lift. So that is what it is. And then Matthijs de Ligt, brutally digs out 2 Liverpool stars that Man United targeted in win. We'll think about it. Everybody's talking about it, so we'll think about it. Manchester United defender Matthijs de Ligt says that his sides aimed to target a major Liverpool weakness during the 2-1 victory at Anfield. Harry Maguire scored the 84th-minute winner for United, who have won back-to-back Premier League games under Ruben Amorim for the first time. Bryan Mbeumo had earlier put them ahead in the 2nd minute before Liverpool scored a Gakpo, equalized 15 minutes of normal time remaining, so around 75 minutes. And let me see. Ooh, that was a good shot from who? Who's this? Show me your number. Sam Potts, eh? Ooh, okay. Then Mohamed Salah missed an opportunity to equalize for Liverpool at 1-0 down by sparing an effort wide of the post before being substituted with just 1 minute of normal time remaining in what was a surprise move by manager Arne Slot. If you think about it, and then they had Jeremy Frimpong on the bench as well. The defeat also means the 3rd place Liverpool lose ground on Premier League leaders Arsenal after the 3rd consecutive domestic loss. United, meanwhile, are in 9th, but only 2 points behind Slot's Liverpool. Speaking post-match, Matthijs de Ligt gave an honest assessment of how United prepared for the match and which players in particular they had targeted. He told Viaplay, he says, we knew that Liverpool had weaknesses, and that's their fullbacks. Their fullbacks were the weaknesses. Yeah, you think about it. He says, we knew that Liverpool had weaknesses and that's their fullbacks. Their fullbacks were the weaknesses. We were really hyped and the focus was very high. Today was a game that you really have to be concentrated. Liverpool started Conor Bradley and Milos Kerkez at fullback, with Bradley preferred to Jeremy Frimpong at right back and Kerkez to Andy Robertson. Whatever the case, even if it was Frimpong is a high presser. He plays as a wing back, not as a right back. attack, so he would also easily be targeted, especially when we ping the ball over them, right? Because Liverpool also do a lot of pressing. Same thing with Andy Robertson. So either ways, something would have still happened. Then he also said Frimpong did come off the bench in the 89th minute. This was what happened, but to replace Salah in attack rather than slot into the right back at Anfield. But I don't think that's the case, because when I watched the game, he came on to replace Salah, and then Szoboszlai went up in the midfield too. So they played 2-4-2 or 4-2-4, rather more like a yeah. ITN, thank you. You were there, in that live when I called it. Thank you. I said 2-1. Yeah, smart one. Yeah, thanks. I really appreciate. So, Liverpool tears is a big thing. I think we're swimming in the ocean of Liverpool tears. Thank you for joining. Now, Frimpong came off the bench to replace Salah, but when I watched the game, he came on to replace Salah, and then Szoboszlai. Oh, did he break his knee? Ooh. Playing with 10 men, Mavropanos injured, no subs remaining. Wow. Nuno Espirito Santo has just blown this one. They're probably going to lose this game now. Oh, man. And 88 minutes to go. Oh, man. Just like 2-3 minutes to go. Anyway, so what I saw was Szoboszlai went and played. This guy's gonna get a red card. That tackle from behind was dangerous, man. Henderson is gonna get a red card. Damn, that tackle was dangerous. What did he do? Oh, yellow card. Damn. Yeah, this is what it is. And he's gonna get subbed off. Let's see. Okay. Somerville snicked the ball. Ooh. They should review that. He lost it and still kicked. And they're subbing him off. God damn it. Anyway, it is what it is. So Frimpong came on, and then Szoboszlai went into mid, and they were playing 4-2-2-2 again. They kept their shape. Florian Wirtz was one of the two in the mid, and then you had so they're playing like a narrow two, kind of like Ralf Ragnick again. And then obviously, I think you also had a situation where Frimpong was pressing high, and he had one amazing cross that Gakpo missed, a clear-cut header that could have sealed the game. And I think even Senna Lamens was left hanging and all of that. Then we have so United's next Premier League game is against Brighton, like I said at the top of the show. Liverpool are back in Champions League match midweek with a trip to Frankfurt that kicks off on Tuesday, and then they take on Brentford at the GTEC Community Stadium on Saturday, a ground where United lost 3-1 last month. So we shall see and we shall observe as that game goes. Liverpool fans are a bit worried about one player, and that is obviously Mohamed Salah. What other things happened? Yeah, so it is what it is, and that's pretty much all the news that we pretty much have with regards to everything Manchester United. The things that we learned from the game are pretty obvious and straightforward. I've done what we learned from the game. I mean, we learned that obviously Manchester United could actually grind out a win. Man United could actually engineer a win and basically show what we're made of and how we can actually play against big teams. Now, the most important thing for us as Man United fans is to focus on, the next couple of games, next 3 games I keep mentioning, Nottingham Forest, Brighton, and Tottenham Hotspurs. I think we also need to try and win those games. We also need to try and win, like I said, teams that are in the bottom half of the table. We need to also try and win teams that that the so-called small teams, no disrespect to them, but we need to try as much as possible to win those games, because when we win those games, it gives us ample time to It gives us ample time to do amazing things and stuff. So before we go, I think I remember we had these stats, and this one is for all them Bruno haters. Let me see if I can. So this one's for all them Bruno haters. Bruno Fernandes still leads the league in chances created, and he was involved in 2 chances in that Liverpool game, man. Like, many people don't want to identify. Yeah, I'm coming to you, ITN. I'm coming to you. Don't worry, just give me a sec. So Bruno has the most chances created in the Premier League, 22 chances. Jack Grealish 17, Sean Longstaff for Leeds 17, and Cody Gakpo 17, Mohamed Salah 16, Jeremy Doku 15, Florian Wirtz 14 chances created, Sandro Tonali 14, Anton Stark for Leeds United 14, and Bryan Mbeumo 14. So 2 Man United players in that list of chances created, and those are our most impactful players. Let's not also forget the impact of Matthijs Cunha in that game and all of that. ITN is saying that on another day, Liverpool could easily have scored. Post after post, Isaac threw, yeah, the goalkeeper saved it. If it's for the post after post, yeah, I mean, when you get your chances, take it and be clinical. And this was what Man United used to be blamed for, not being clinical with their chances. Remember when Bruno hit the post against Sunderland? I mean, if he had scored that one too, it would have been 3 goals up and all of that. So post after post, no doubt. Bruno also hit the post in this one too. So let's assume Cody Gakpo scored his first post, and it was 1-1, and Bruno scored his post, it would have been 2-1, and then Cody Gakpo scored another post, it would have been 3-1, it would have been 1-1, then Bruno scored 2-1, then Cody Gakpo scored 2-2, that's 2 posts, right? And then Cody Gakpo scored the third goal, the tap in, which was 3-2, which would be 3-2, then Brentford have this same Jensen guy. Brentford have smashed West Ham 2-0. Damn. Then let's say Maguire now scores his own goal, and then we have 3-3. I'm sure there's going to be a chance from somewhere that will also lead to Man United winning that game. Trust me on that. So post after post, we had Bruno chance and few half chances. Brighton now is to see if this win means anything. Yeah. So we had many chances. We just need to be as clinical as possible. This Jensen has a wand of a right foot. He scored one amazing goal against Man United, and now he's blasting goals, man. Sets it. He has chance to set and blasts it to the top left of the roof of the net. And West Ham, I wanted to win at home, but Brentford are getting a win. That is sick and crazy, man. And he comes in as a sub and he scores. That's absolutely sickening, man. That is absolutely sickening. So with Brentford's win, Brentford are still under Man United, 10 points. Yeah. Brentford they'll have 2 wins from the last 5, 2 losses in that time, and 1 draw. So, and the game is over. Damn. This guy scored 90 plus 5. Okay, yeah, the game is over. So the table still stands at, after 8 games, Man United are 9th, and West Ham are 19th. We face Brighton, who are 1 point under us with 3 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses. And Aston Villa just managed to squeeze to 11th after having a terrible start. Now they have 3 wins, 3 draws, and 2 losses as well. So yeah, we will pretty much observe as things pan out, and we'll let you know. West Ham fans are really, really sad and all of that. Yeah, so we face Brighton, and we will try to win them. That is what it is. We'll try to win them. Brighton also good. I think they in the last 5 games, they've won 2 and drawn 2, and then lost 1. For Man United, in the last 5 games, we've won 3 and lost 2. Obviously, you know the losses. So we need to beat teams in and around us. And if we beat them, we'll probably climb up to 17th, depending on how Man City play and how Arsenal play. Arsenal play Crystal Palace, Man City play Aston Villa. Bournemouth are 3rd, and they're playing on them 1st. And then Liverpool play Brentford, who just won. So, you guys, we'll see how things pan out. Chelsea plays Sunderland, high-flying Sunderland. I hope they're high-flying on the day. Tottenham Hotspur play Everton, high-flying Everton, obviously. And then, the first 10 is going to move around a whole lot. Crystal Palace will play against Arsenal. 3-4-3 versus 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. We shall see how things pan out. Anyway, thank you so much for joining this live. Do I have any other news? I think I probably have one more before we go. Let's see. Probably have one more. I was going to talk about something and then it skipped me. Patrick Dogu. Yes, Patrick Dogu. Probably going to do another pretty much. I've done player profile of Patrick Dogu when he came to Man United, when Man United signed him. But Manchester United's Patrick Dogu tops Premier League fullback stats despite the fact that he's being criticized by fans. Man United's 20-year-old left wing back Patrick Dogu leads the Premier League fullbacks in offensive duels won, key passes and touches in the opposition box during this early 25-26 season. And in the team's 2-1 victory over Liverpool on October 19, he achieved 85% pass accuracy and won 7 duels. Though defensive errors drew scrutiny, fans on X remain divided, praising his physicality and potentials in Ruben Amorim's system while questioning his technical skills and decision making. Man United fans have started again, but it is what it is. We'll move on to the next one. Patrick Dogu has been good. He's still learning. He's 20. He's still got a lot to go. A lot, Yeah, it is what it is. He's improving. The eyes don't lie. His technique is horrible. He should be nowhere near United if we were. Yeah, They have started. United fans, I've told you guys this thing. Basically, whenever it comes to Man United, there is this scapegoat mentality. We've picked on every player we can pick on. First, it was Harry Maguire. Next, Bruno Fernandes. Next, Rashford, Højlund. Now we have, Dogu is not a fullback though. He's playing as a wing back. So those stats are not to take us seriously. We should take it seriously. He's playing as a wing back. He's supposed to create chances for others. And in 8 games in the Premier League, he leads the Premier League fullbacks in offensive duels won, which means he's doing what he's been told to do by pressing. When we have players like Diogo Dalot, who's supposed to be way better than Dogu. Dalot is 26. He's supposed to be way better than Dogu, but Dogu is outdoing him in offensive duels won, key passes, which is the metric for wing backs, not a defensive wing back, but a wing back that creates chances as well. And in Ruben Amorim's system, and then touches in the opposition box. Basically, that means he's attacking, he's pressing. You saw it when he came on to replace. Who did he come on to replace? Ahmad. Yeah, he came on to replace Ahmad, and Dalot was switched to the right wing back. And then, obviously, let's just appreciate that we've won, and Dogu has a part to play in that win, and he's doing well, and he's only 20. He has a lot of football to play for Manchester United. So let's just give credit where credit's due and stop criticizing things like this fans comment saying Dogu should be nowhere near Man United. Are you serious right now? Yeah. For me, I don't feel like any of the in-year signings has been bad. For me, I don't feel any of. He's playing as a wing back. It is expected as a wing back you attack and at the same time defend. What more do you expect? Is he supposed to play as a right back? Do you not see how Jeremy Frimpong is not even making the starting lineup, and he is actually a right wing back, not a right back, but Liverpool signed him anyway? because Man United were interested at some point. I mean, if you had Jeremy Frimpong in this Man United team, I'm definitely sure that he will also create as many chances. He would drive forward. Man United, Ruben Amorim wants a wing back that can carry the ball forward. If I told you, bro, that the Bruno hate I never understood. Yeah. Second half versus Liverpool, he was doing heavy touches, but shows he's not a CM, and that's a clear. That is clear right now. That's according to ITN. So speaking of the Bruno hate, I said it in my match review. I said something. I said that some of the passes that Bruno got, I mean, we could go watch. Let me tell you one thing that happened. ITN. After the game, you know, if you watch the game with adrenaline, you might pick out some things. You might not pick out some things. After the game, I went and watched the entire game again. I watched the first half full, spent my actual 45 to 50 minutes watching the first half and actually trying to listen to what the commentators were saying and stuff. I watched on 2 channels. I watched the Sky Sports one, and I think I can't remember the other channel. Now, when I heard I watched the first half on Sky Sports, and I watched the full game again, and I could tell that there was a bit of bias, especially because it was Peter Drury, Jamie Carragher, and what's his name? Bruno Fernandes. Gary Neville. Now, speaking of Bruno Fernandes, in those times, especially in the first half, when he got those heavy touches, it was heavy passes. Because when that happened, I said, yeah, people are going to say, oh, he got a heavy touch. I can count the one time he got the heavy touch where the pass was heavy behind him. He tries to win it and it slips off him, and then he tries to slide to win it back. Go check it out. You see what I'm talking about. When that happened, I said, fam, these guys are going to come for him and say he's having a heavy touch. But should I shock you? The goal that Bryan Mbeumo scored, Bruno won the second ball after Van Dijk tried to foul Mbeumo, passed the ball to Ahmad, and Ahmad drove forward. While Liverpool were trying to recover, Ahmad found Bryan Mbeumo, who scored the goal. Bruno was involved in that goal. What about the cross to Harry Maguire? People are analyzing it and saying, for a ball that was deflected from a shot from Bryan Mbeumo, so you can see the people that are involved in the goals. For a ball that was, Bruno tried to play the ball, Bruno passed the ball to Bryan Mbeumo, Mbeumo shot the ball and it was deflected. Deflected at that speed, from that height, spinning, and Bruno kicking the ball so accurately into the box for Harry Maguire to score. Bro, that's unheard of. I saw a stat online, only 1% of players around the world can do that type of kick. Others will bring it down and then cross again. But Bruno hit it once so accurately. And what I thought, first thing I thought in my heart when I saw that was the fact that for Bruno to do it, that shows that he's willing to take risks all the time. And sometimes it will pay off, other times it won't pay off. And that one time it paid off. So let's give credit where it's due. Bruno delivered, was involved in the 2 goals. He also defended when needed. And at some point, Gary Neville was like, oh, Bruno is all over the pitch. This was like 10 minutes into the first half. And I said this to you even like in the first half. I said the first 10 minutes of the game will determine how the game will go. And the first 10 minutes showed. Bruno made the ball to Diallo and the volley cross to Maguire, and that's what he can do. Yeah, facts. Now, you said he's not a CM. I quite understand. We both agree on that. He's not a CM, but can play as a CM. The same way Amad Diallo is not a right wing back, but can play as a right wing back. Amad Diallo is not a defender, but can play as a right wing back. Same way, Bryan Mbeumo is not a center forward, but has played as a center forward before and can play as a center forward, as a false 9. Matthijs Cunha started his career as a center forward. No, actually, I've done this review and research before. Matthijs Cunha started his career as a central midfielder, moved on to a center forward, played that for RB Leipzig, and then played the same center forward style for. I remember when Cunha was being given pelters for being the most defensive center forward in the world when he was playing for Atletico Madrid. Then went to Wolves and played as a center forward. Bruno has multiple times. Okay, I'll come to to... I'll come to that. So, same thing with, what's his name? Matthijs Cunha. Matthijs Cunha has also played as a centre forward and didn't thrive so much as a centre forward. They came on and played as an attacking mid, and now he can play as a false nine, an attacking mid, or a centre forward. That's pretty much what it is. Yesterday, while Liverpool could not find anybody to mark, was a smart move by Ruben Amorim, knowing that Liverpool's defenders are definitely going to hassle Benjamin Sesko as they did when he came on. So they put Bryan Mbeumo. I mean, they put Matthijs Cunha and Mount, and it looked like, oh, who's going to play? Mount, Cunha. Who's going to play in that false nine mode? Everybody said, oh, Mount is going to be false nine. Nope. The lineup might tell you Mount is false nine, but Cunha was the actual false nine. He drops deep the way Kane does it and carries the ball, drives the ball forward, dribbles forward. Mount was just there to create midfield overloads when we are defensive, and that actually helped Bruno a lot, even when Casemiro didn't have the legs. You said Bruno, I think Bruno has multiple times. His risks have earned us goals, and that's a fact. I agree, totally, 110% agree. So when we have wins like this, instead of us kind of picking one player, but brother, in the middle of the pitch is the highest intensity. He can't last as the match goes on. Either he falls asleep defensively or gets too erratic attacking, and as the game gets late. This is according to ITN. That I can get, but you see, we all know this over the years, 5-6 years, because we as Man United fans, we, like I said, we love to blame. We love to pick one player and blame him. Now, over the years, we all know that Bruno has delivered. So the fact that he has delivered should give him some credit in the bank. But I can assure you, ITN, Bruno does not have credit in the bank where Man United fans are. And who do I blame for that? The media. Bruno does not have credit in the bank where Man United fans are. Man United fans still don't rate Bruno. This I can tell you for a fact. Go check it. Whether Bruno delivers, whether Bruno crosses, whether Bruno creates chances, whether Bruno does this, if he's leading the pack in chances created, or leading the pack in big chances created, or big chances scored, or he scores. If he scores a penalty, he scored a penalty merchant. If he doesn't score a penalty, oh, he's missing penalties. He's costing us games. He's a net negative. I've seen a lot of things, especially from big content creators. So what I'm trying to say in effect is, when a player does well, whether he has 2 heavy touches and we win the game, give him his credit, give him his flowers. Think about it. Manuel Ugarte came on for, I'm using Manuel Ugarte as an example because everybody keeps saying, oh, he's bad on the ball, he's this, no technical ability, blah, 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 blah. Manuel Ugarte came on and quietly had a good game. Quietly. Nobody's going to focus on him. Oh, yeah, Bruno's number one position. Yeah, he asked, I'm not blaming him, never. But what is his number one position? Attacking mid, and that is, he's a 10. He's a 10. But let's not forget, like I said before now, Bryan Mbeumo has played as a wing back. He's played as a right wing back. He's played as a left wing back. He's played as an attacking midfielder. He's played as a centre forward. Same thing for Cunha. Central midfielder, attacking midfielder, centre forward. Same thing for Ahmad. Number 10, or as an attacking midfielder, a right winger, and a right wing back. In this same Ruben Amorim formation, Ruben Amorim has deployed Bryan Mbeumo as right wing back. So let's just give them credit. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying you're blaming anybody, but let's give them credit for what they've done. Case in point, Patrick Dogu, give him credit for what he's done over 8 games for Manchester United. Albeit, like I'm saying again, he has enough time to improve. He's 20. He's just like Kobe Mainoo right now. Kobe Mainoo is 20. Same thing. He has enough time to improve. He's not an established player. He still has, or if maybe he was 25, 26 and he was still failing at this, then we could say, oh, Dogu is bad. But he has enough time to improve, literally. Still scoring goals for club and country, especially for country. He has enough time to improve. He will improve and his ceiling will be higher. Trust me, just trust, because that's the way I am. I trust players. I trust until I see that, oh, I can't trust anymore. Same thing happened for Marcus Rashford. I trusted that he would come good, even in his 30-goal season, when people were still giving him pelters like, oh, he's scoring goals despite the fact that he is doing nothing on the pitch. Anything he touches turns to goals. I still trusted him. I'm like, Marcus Rashford will still win you games. Marcus Rashford will still win us games and stuff. Same thing with Patrick Dogu. In this formation as a right wing back. And for these stats, they are valid for what is expected to do in this Amorim formation. The defending responsibility falls first on the left centre back. Same thing for Ahmad. The defending responsibility falls first on Matthijs de Ligt. And Matthijs de Ligt mentioned it during the game when he was talking to Ruben Amorim, telling him that he's being pressed by two players. That's Milos Kerkesh and Cody Gakpo. And then he had to say, okay, we need Ahmad to draw back a little bit. Yeah. So like I said, ITN is saying Bruno will play right back, centre back as his urgency and self-confidence, and playing IQ allows him to go anywhere on the pitch. He is, trust me, we have a gem in Bruno, man. Like, he's spent 5 or 6 years of his playing career where he could have gone somewhere else and still given and delivered these numbers to do it for Man United. And he was doing, like, I've done a video of an analytical video, as we always do on this channel, deep dives. I did an analytical video on Bruno Fernandes, and I talked about how he has been given good performances season in, season out. We could go on and on talking about Bruno for days, and I'll explain to you straight up why he's the beating heart of this team. The days Bruno is having a bad day, the whole team is having a bad day. Yesterday, he was having a bad day, but he was still performing, putting in performances, giving his heart, running, defending, calling guys out. Cunha, same thing, very important. He hasn't scored goals, 0-0-8 for Cunha, but he's still delivering, still driving forward, still dragging the team forward. When it's needed, you expect him to boot the ball out, he drives it forward, dribbles them, draws the foul, gives us respite so that we can actually have some opportunity to play the ball forward and the whole team can have rest. So when players perform like that, I also said yesterday, Cunha didn't do so much, but he performed, he delivered, right? And I rated him high as well in player ratings. So it is what it is. We could go on and on talking about Bruno and all that, but yeah, for Patrick Dogu, this is so good. Patrick Dogu's stats compared to the Premier League fullbacks in this season: most offensive duels won, most key passes, most touches in the box, most fouls suffered, most duels per 90, and highest chance creation ratio. And trust me, defensively, he's still definitely going to improve. I'm looking at this whole stats from Data MB. He's first in touches in the box, first in fouls suffered, first in offensive duels, first in offensive duels won, first in key passes, and first in chance creation ratio. So he's doing really well. Doing really well. I will not come out to say Dogu is doing bad. He's doing really, really well. And he says, now, Footy Lens on X is saying that the Dogu hate is really forced by fan base and unnecessary. Why do they have to expect him to play like a prime winger from there? He fits the role very well and will come good. Straight up, will come good. But there's no need hating on him. The one thing I didn't hate versus Liverpool was allowing Gakpo constantly. The one thing I didn't rate versus Liverpool was allowing Gakpo constantly to cut in and to shoot. Now, that is not on Dogu. That is actually on Ahmad and De Ligt, especially on Ahmad, right? And like I said, Ahmad is not a right wing back, but he's being played as a right wing back because he has played there and he thrives there. So there's so much we could go on and on talking about, but it is what it is. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. Thanks so much for engaging, ITN, as always. Really appreciate the support. We'll keep going, we'll keep improving, we'll keep thriving as a community and all of that. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining. Dalot is a big problem. He doesn't engage in one-on-one, and Gakpo had easy cut in and shoots. It's not good enough. At that time, in the cutting and shoots, it wasn't Dalot, it was actually Ahmad. It was actually Ahmad, if you look at it very well. Dalot was on the left and he was marking out and doing a good job on Salah. It was when Ahmad was subbed off after he got a yellow card, then Dalot had the opportunity to mark Gakpo. And at the time he was marking Gakpo, that cross came in when Dogu stretched out his leg to try to block the cross from Federico Chiesa, who now eventually crossed the ball for Gakpo to tap in. So, yeah, pretty much I watched the game. Like I said, I watched the game again, and I always like to do deeper analysis. So yeah, thank you ITN for engaging. I really appreciate the conversations, and I don't take it for granted. I appreciate your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video as we keep doing these deep dives and analysis and having conversations. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.